going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at the Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Hammond Collection Corythosaurus. Now, of course, it's just the empty box, but we're just going to take a quick look at the packaging here. You can see it is the standard Hammond Collection packaging for the mid-size dinosaurs. You get the nice little shiny T-Rex here, and of course the window. But the only real difference is the 30th Anniversary Jurassic Park logo printed right on the front. On the side here, you can see nothing special going on. On this side, you can see the Corythosaurus head on, looking pretty boss. And on the back, of course, you've got an image of the figure and a little image of where it's from, which is, in this case, Jurassic Park III, which you got right up here. Corythosaurus. With a defining duckbill and head crest, the Corythosaurus stampedes onto the scene as Dr. Alan Grant and Paul and Amanda Kirby really? Just do and. Okay. Desperately flee from the velociraptors on Isla Sorna. Desperately flee from the velociraptor and the velociraptor and the velociraptor and the other velociraptor on Isla Sorna. Okay. I don't know. It just struck me funny. Dr. Alan Grant and Paul and Amanda Kirby. Like, really? Not Alan Grant and the Kirbys, or Alan Grant / Paul and I don't know. Alright, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's the box. It's fine. Here's the dinosaur. And yeah, it's a good looking dinosaur. And once again, I'm very pleased at the at how many parts are new. I'm pretty sure all of them are. I didn't actually check to see if the lower jaw was a new part, but other than that, I was assuming that this was going to be a Parasaur remold or retool, and it's not. It's a fully new figure. So let's go ahead and get into the articulation of this guy. So, or gal, as the case may be. Although it's on the Isla Sorna, so it could be either or, really. And going by the head crest, the colorful head crest, I would say probably a male. So, anyway, that's just that. Speaking of the head crest, it is a lovely thing. I'm going to show this off a little bit. Here we go. You can see the mouth does articulate. It opens quite a bit, but it looks kind of silly the more you open it, so probably about there is where you're going to want to max out. But the head does rotate. It can go this way, up, down. The neck as well gets about that far down, that far up. You can kind of move it to the sides as needed there, and it looks pretty decent, I might say. The arms, once again, with these herbivore arms, I'm not overly thrilled. I mean, I guess the duckbill arms specifically. I'm not overly thrilled with the lack of articulation in the wrists, because it prevents you from being able to do a quadrupedal stance. So that's annoying, but you do get out to the side here. You get the rotation all the way around. You get the elbow rotation, which also, yeah, has a swivel that way. Legs can go back all the way around. They can go in and out. You got the knee here, which has a rotation and can swivel back and forth. You got the ankle, which can go that way and again swivel. These are all the same, same basic joints. And then the toes, you got up, down, left and right. Not quite left and right fully. It's more of like a kind of a tilt rocker, but it gets all the poses you really need out of that. And then the tail, of course, is on the ball joint and is, of course, the very, very difficult to bend because it's very thick, but you do get the bendy tail there. Yeah, so now that we got the articulation out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at this fella with some other toys, shall we? And obviously, the most important one, I think, is going to be the Parasaur, because and it is a different different lower jaw as well. You can see that the arms on the parasaur are much more elongated. The hands are like extended, so you do get a more natural four-legged pose out of this guy. Also, the Corythosaurus is more robust. It's a bigger dino here. Maybe I can give you guys one of these. It's kind of, well, alright, this guy doesn't want to stand now because I messed with it too much. There we go. Put them right next to each other. The Corythosaurus is definitely bigger than the Parasaur. You can see the tail is quite a bit longer. The back actually, you know, I know it's hunched over. The Parasaur is more hunched down, but just the body itself is larger on the Corythosaurus. The thighs are like, you know, wider. So it's definitely more a beefy creature here. But I think they look really good together, and that is the most exciting thing, is that they do look good together, and they don't just look like the same dinosaur with a different head tacked on, and I'm so thankful for that. You can see the Parasaur has definitely a more streamlined midsection, whereas this has much more of a pot belly, and even the yeah. Definitely they look good. They definitely look good. So, that is a good dinosaur comparison. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a human comparison. We got Dr. Grant here. And we'll throw Snake Eyes in here too, just to give you guys a nice little glimpse at size comparisons. Little Alan sitting in his chair, contemplating life with his Corythosaurus friend. Yeah, so I think it's a really, really nicely done figure. Looks very cool. I like the paintwork. I really wish they would kind of get a little bit more aggressive with painting the tails. Because I think the tails end up being a little barren in some of the cases. In this case, it's not bad, but there are some parts here where you can see the paint kind of stops on the body and then doesn't continue onto the tail, so it's a little bit abrupt and weird looking. But other than that, really not a bad job at all. So, all that said, I think it's another pretty great figure from the Hammond Collection. And I just saw the Brachiosaurus. I'm really excited about getting that one. I've got it pre-ordered, and I'm going to try and get as many of the others as I can, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. It really helps me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with more reviews soon, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.